Good. Great throw, Joe.
Good. Easy.
Okay, I think we're ready to begin. Good afternoon. We're broadcasting live here from the Weston Golf Country Club of the 2015 Canadian Mix. Dale Curtis and Janet Murphy are broadcasting the game this afternoon, and first end has begun. Alberta with an 8-0 record won the draw to the button and has Hammer here in the first end. And so far we've had a few rocks in play. We're on to our second stones, and it's looking like it may be a fairly wide open end as some hits are being exchanged.
Just one!
That's right. And both of these teams actually were their pool winners. Alberta went through their pool undefeated and still undefeated. And I believe New Brunswick lost one game in pool play, and now they're in championship play with this afternoon's draw and another game this evening.
Easy, up a bit! And in that pool play, then what happened was the top four advanced to this championship round, playing the other top teams.
That's right. And my understanding is four of the 8 teams will advance to the championship weekend, semifinals, finals, and a bronze medal game, all up for grabs over the next couple of days. Alberta would really like to get a roll under here under this corner guard and maybe get a deuce here in the first end to open up the scoring.
Always the goal when you have Hammer and take 2 or more.
Correct.
That's how.
It does.
Good viewing here.
Yeah. Yeah, we can really see the athletes' deliveries and get a good feel for whether the shot's going to be made. So it looks like Leah Thompson might get a bit of an inside roll. Gets partially covered.
Whatever you like, 7, 8. Certainly would not be putting on the inside.
Yeah, that's right. And Alberta realizes that, so taking advantage of the corner guard that they threw up earlier, they're going to play the draw around it.
That's good. Yep.
Really nice finish here to the corners. Looks like this one will be tucked nicely. It'll just be a matter of where it sits in the house. And it's heavier than they would have liked right through the rings. So advantage back to New Brunswick here in the first end.
So like 405?
Might seem surprised by that call.
That'd be good. Sounds good, gang.
At this point, I would think New Brunswick would be happy with only a corner guard up if they could somehow force Alberta to scoring a single point. So I don't know if coming around the corner helps that or potentially hinders it. Yeah, given that outcome, it certainly didn't help. So leaves Alberta the same opportunity to come around to corner guard, and with players like this, giving them the same shot twice usually will ensure that they're going to make it better on the second one. No.
Line's tight.
Whoa!
Room.
Whoa!
It must be, because we must have jinxed her there, Dale. We said she wouldn't miss it the same way twice.
I did not get a time on either of them. Sorry. Just in there.
That was going right through that slide path where they've all done
Yeah,
the practices.
exactly.
So it's probably right up to speed.
I think what I'll do is put a clock on this one and see what the speed is. Charlie is going to throw
Even less?
that same in-turn come around the corner.
Oh yeah, the weight was great actually. Yeah. She's come close, the other girl, to the guard twice, and she's had a ton, so taking a little more ice. See if I can throw it straighter. I got the same as them.
And wait from his own players.
Where is it?
Yeah, you're exactly
Take it
right.
back.
Well, once you've thrown the shot, there's not a lot you can do about it, but you can learn for the next one. Well, you've mastered that backline weight. So I was late with my stopwatch and didn't actually get a time, so get another opportunity here to do so.
Prin's probably fine, sir.
So we can hear Skip Mick Lismore asking his second if he thinks it's about 16 seconds. So that would be the time between the two hog lines, which is measuring the speed of the ice, which is fast.
I usually say,
Mine's good. Mine's
I've
good.
done to that for long times. It's like 26 second ice.
Yes, I'd agree.
Mine's great.
That's nice and fast.
Ooh, sure is. So he seems to have found the speed that works, and getting a nice draw in the corner, behind the corner there.
Sure finishes nice.
It sure does.
Perfect draw weight. Really pull it.
It's the same.
So New Brunswick's out here is the freeze to the corner of the yellow, and it's really important that in doing that he not dislodge his own rock at all, and that'll leave Alberta a fairly simple shot for two. But if he can key this up on the corner, that yellow one, he may get away with that force that he's looking for. Certainly did. Makes the area for Charlie to throw his rock too small.
Yes.
This one looks like it's curling earlier, and based on his reaction, I would say it's definitely going to be hitting that guard out front, which will allow Alberta a draw probably down the similar path to score there too.
just through to see if it's consistent.
Exactly. Also gives him a chance to throw his rocks in the same path and make sure that he likes them and they're well matched.
A little more. Easy, Brad.
Exactly.
No backing yet.
Yeah.
Consistency for reading.
So they're indicating he's got a little more, but I don't think it's in any danger of going through the rings, that's for sure.
Should be on it.
He's
Yeah, you're fine now.
thrown it just a little bit more, but he is going to come up to the edge of his yellow, which will slow it down enough for him to get the deuce.
That was the right way to throw it.
Exactly.
Made it easy on the sweepers.
More on purpose, but a little more than I wanted to on purpose.
Yeah.
Good on, guys. Somebody did. Because I didn't. Was that for...
I got 13.
Okay.
Team chat there in between the ends, just checking out videos, what the speed is, time-wise, so that everybody's
Exactly. So, given that Alberta scored the deuce, they're asking the lead Allison to throw her first rock into the top 4 foot. Allison threw this path as in the draw to the button, covered the pin, so I think she'll have a
Line's good.
pretty good chance of making a great one here.
Bit of room. Bit of room.
Pressures are going pretty hard.
Yeah, stay on it. Stay on it.
Definitely not getting into the 4 foot, but
Yep.
she gets that all the way into the
Let's see, Brad.
12 foot. Not a bad shot. Interesting.
and great line to the center.
Exactly. So New Brunswick is opting to play a come around, rock in the top 12, as opposed to perhaps utilizing the free guard zone and throwing up the corner guard. See if they could get their deuce back. An interesting tactic. We'll see how it plays out for them.
Yeah, sweep it so it takes a handle.
Some teams will do this.
Right. I mean,
Rather than make the corner guards.
right. Well, that's definitely true. The ice grows so much here too. That rock in the top 12 can be used as a guard, so perhaps that's what New Brunswick was thinking there. Unfortunately, their leads rock did sort of. Oops! I'm going to switch cameras so people can see what we're talking about. Hang on.
Clean. Clean.
Here we go. Unfortunately, their leads rock sort of lost its handle partway down and didn't manage to get in behind that top 12 rock. But now that you can see how it looks, you'll see that New Brunswick's continuing with this same tactic of using the top 12 rock as their guard.
And that handle issue is certainly notable on ice that swings this much. Is that positive rotation on the handle is needed in order to get the proper curl.
That is definitely the case. She has sweepers are going hard, and just going to get nicely covered in
Keep
behind.
coming, keep coming, keep coming. Oh, okay, good. Very nice.
Sorry.
She is sitting second shot though, but Alberta feels given how deep it is in the house, they'll probably be able to throw a tap. I was going to say an in-turn tap, but we have a left-hander here, so I guess it's his out-turn tap. Right. Oh, I just figured out something new for all the fans at home, how to switch it to show you the right player that's playing. This is Bradley Thiessen. Didn't quite make it around the top yellow rock, but there's certainly lots of stones in play here for Paul Nason to come down and cozy up to in the back 12. Sure does. Rocks in the back of the house can be guards as well. I think he's a little heavier than a freeze here. Looks like he'll be jiggling some of them around.
Whoa, let it overcurl so we'll set up their yells better.
Alright, that's good.
Might be there. Normal?
So Alberta's looking to use their second big weight ability, perhaps, to make this crosshouse double, or at least a solid hit and roll in front of the other Red Rock of New Brunswick's. See how it works out.
Whoa!
A few of these shots in the game that I watched previously, it was amazing how live
Yep.
these rocks
Yep. Yep.
anything's possible as far as the roll.
Yeah. So they didn't get the roll they were looking for, but they did eliminate one of their yellow catchers that were back of the rings that weren't helping them anyway. So New Brunswick's going to stick with their same objective of trying to use those rocks in the back of the rings as guards and freeze right up to one of them.
It was just what trainer said. It was because they were always kind of blocking the pass the double set. It was like a normal way to make the.
Freeze!
Wait,
Freeze it!
really
No bump!
close
Freeze
here,
it!
but
No bump!
I'm
No
not
bump!
sure if
No
his
bump!
line
No
is
bump!
succeeded enough to keep safe from the big weight ability of these young players. We'll see. Actually, the angle looks pretty good for red there.
Great.
I would like to play easy.
Yeah, the chickens aren't hungry.
Easy.
Just the hand.
That or is that
He can get to the nose, but I think he would like to hit it just high nose.
Yeah.
And he'll score it through that hole from my angle, but
Yep. Yep.
yeah. That's not to come down for them, but that's why New Brunswick used those rocks at the back of the rings in hopes of a mistake. So Charlie's going to continue to use Alberta's rocks to his advantage, and he's asking his third here to draw around that rock in the top 12 foot, ignoring the shot rock in the middle and hoping he can come back to it later and score.
Whoa! Where is it? Yep!
The line looks pretty nice. I think the weight's close as well.
Come on!
Ends up in a good spot. I think it ends up as shot rock, partially covered, and Alberta's saying good shot. We'll just go back and deal with these rocks at the back of the rings because we don't want those to come into play later in this end. I think at this point, okay if just converts this end into a
That's good.
good throw by Sarah Wilkes there. There's a couple of rocks moving. And definitely Charlie Sullivan's scoring area is getting smaller.
These 2 points.
You guys did it, sure.
That was smart. I think is, more or less playing an elimination.
Exactly, yeah. He doesn't mind if he gives up a deuce here. I mean, the game is still tied and he's got hammers, so as they move into the third end, they would be okay with that. But anytime you give up more than a two,
this way. Stay with it.
kind of chasing the next end. So New Brunswick continues to like two. Lismore is looking at playing short little crosshouse double.
Shouldn't do much.
He should be able to see that.
Wait.
Yeah, I think that's definitely there to make the double. The question would be, does the red come back on the yellow? Which it will, but it'll also move the yellow back onto the red, and I think Alberta could be laying a couple when this one's done. Got firm weight. It's setting back a bit on them. Thin. And wow, that changes the look at things. So Brunswick continues to lay one.
Yeah.
And is continuing to use that corner guard in the top 12. For sure, and I think this Alberta team can all probably throw that up weight quite effortlessly. So aren't afraid to use it, but you got to make sure it comes out of your hand pretty clean when you do that. This looks good.
Let it bang!
It's good. I think they might have brought it a little deeper than they would have liked.
Bring it back. Go. Hard. Sorry.
Looked like they had a lot of room.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charlie.
I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, the line definitely wasn't an issue. I think it was just
You freeze here, we will freeze here.
Communication confusion as Leah perhaps was calling the line based on a few feet less feet. So Lismore here is opting not to follow down and try to play the freeze, but instead use that big weight ability and play another double attempt. So he'll be coming off the New Brunswick rock over here on the side of the 12, half 8, half 12. Try and pop that one off
right line.
the face.
Yeah.
Didn't oversweep it. Middle between the fern and the edge.
Just enough. Red still shot, however, and New Brunswick will have that same draw to score the deuce and the game after 2.
Just got the double there.
Yeah, for sure.
Sweeping being so effective. I almost look forward to be a bit tight and tight.
Yes, because
Don't like to do that. Make our sweepers work.
right. Let's see if we can get an angle here of Charlie throwing his rock.
Little wider. Careful. A little wider. So we need to go. Point.
So the sweepers
Okay.
are on and off, not really too concerned as it comes into the rings. It is sliding a bit harder than they like. Sarah goes pretty hard on it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, misses the backing, and
Alright.
they only get the one red.
I did think that they were doing a good job of the communication. She wasn't letting them know.
All right, opportunities there.
Lots of line and everything. That was not going to be an issue. So
Yeah.
just to blame the sweeper's hands as far as her.
It's all right. That was a good setup.
That's right.
Set those up
Good
again.
decision, yeah. Solid curling name here for our lead, Joanne Fries. Right up there with Colton Flash, another great curling
Having a
name.
moment. Yeah. You got it, Joe. 95.
Saw Liz Martini there on the hog line again.
Good.
I do like that idea that little TV get everybody on the same page and what really confirming what the next stand is.
Yes, that's
fine.
certainly what you see all the top teams doing now is I'm sure everyone has some interesting conversations between ends, but I guess the objective would be to set your goal for the next end and figure out what you learned from the last end.
Little down.
Oh, wait.
Alberta is setting going to try and set up the corner guards.
They are actually, I think that they're intending to bring it into the rings, it looks like. I see what they're doing. So they're saying, New Brunswick, do you want to chase us out there, or do you want to play hard for the middle?
4:15?
We're winning this game.
Okay,
We're
we
up
can
on the
work with that.
hammer, and we're not too
4's good.
concerned. So New Brunswick's going to have to take a few chances here to get that point back that they were a little heavy on last end.
They may be using their zones.
Yes. Yeah. I think so. I think I heard Leah saying that was a 4, and they've left the brushing to be finished up by the skip, and it looks as though indeed it is a 4.
It's interesting listening to the teams as far as the different sort of weight codes.
We can work with it.
They're actually using times or zones or
Right.
their own made up.
Mine's a little
Exactly.
tight.
I think as long as they all know what it means, then you know, you
Mine's
can
good.
call it anything you want. So Alberta's opting to come around the middle as well. Key to this shot will be staying on top of the tee line. You don't want to slip behind. Ooh, wow, nice finish. And looks like the rock stopped
Covering the pin.
yeah, just behind the tee line, which New Brunswick is not too upset about. Lock one on here, and shortly the hitting will begin by Alberta.
Might see it.
Oh, there.
For I think the ladies may have overswept that one a bit. They thought it was a 5 out of his hand, but it comes down nicely on top and taps it a little bit. So
So
they-
much finish there.
there is. So Alberta's trying to actually peel the front and clip the second rock that's in the top 12 foot. So essentially double peeling the centers to open up the scoring area. And they'll just get the top one. And I would suggest that New Brunswick's next shot will be to simply replace that guard and continue to use some of Alberta's rocks out front for trying to bring play.
Don't mind that.
Okay. So they're saying we pretty much like our setup in the middle. We don't want you to get a big end on us, so we're going to go out and hit this one in the open and hope to keep you from scoring multiples.
I like this one, then.
Trail!
We had a series of hits here in the first end as the teams were trying to hit and roll behind a corner guard that ran very nice and finished up just like that one did.
Yeah, I like it.
Basically the same shot again.
Yeah, nose are just off on this side.
So we've got our in-turn,
Nose are just high.
no, our lefty, so we've got an out-turn coming at us.
Yes, we can.
Very confused.
Very confused.
Some way, somehow. It actually means nothing for us,
Mostly
but
only
whatever.
for us, I'm sure.
Give it. Confident.
He'll wait.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Really good.
Lovely shot. Removes both the reds. Leaving. He sure did. Sure. Hold it, yeah. She's definitely making contact with the rock. I think she'll be rolling further than she would like. Now, New Brunswick set up a series of catchers here in the back that Alberta can use to generate their two.
Line two.
Sorry. Just slide it in and then put it back in a little too much.
Backwards.
That's fine.
This one, you just dump it in front of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise,
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hard! You gotta go!
Running down. Well, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Managed to hold it straight enough to.
I think that the shooter would be able to see
Yeah.
under
Yeah.
that.
So we're at Weiss's last rock here for New Brunswick, and a couple of doubles. Alberta's leading 2. And getting a good roll off this shooter is going to be important for New Brunswick. Try to roll across the rings and group those stones close together to maybe give themselves a chance at a double later. But didn't roll as much as they wanted.
Good sweep, guys.
Roll alley if you can. That's good.
Nice hit by Sarah. Just to keep that over on that side.
For sure. So we're up to Skips Rocks. And Charlie's opting to play the out turn in hopes of getting a better angle. And looks like there's a chance here for the double. It's hard to tell exactly from these
Hit the
angles,
yellow
but
one.
his objective, as he says, is to hit the yellow one.
Make the hit first.
Yeah.
Worry about the roll secondary.
Correct. He's definitely got his roll as far as he'd like, but he changes the position for the Alberta skip.
curl. What is my crazy to come around. You guys? Yeah. Okay. Board weight position, curl touch.
So he's definitely bringing his hit weight down from his 2 doubles from last end, much more into a board weight hit. Sweepers aren't touching it yet, and it seems to be, although making contact, probably not sticking around in the rings. Or does he get a sneaky little roll there? Let's see. He still manages to lay 2.
Those yellows are on
Are
over
they?
there on the edge. But does this make the double for Charlie easier now that they're grouped together?
Let's take a look. Yes, they're certainly closer.
Not there yet.
And,
There's still 2 rocks in play.
There we go.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Charlie's going to take a attempt at this double, and like I said earlier, we've seen this spot a couple of times. First end and again on the third end, so we'll see if we got a good read off of those in order to make this double. He's got lots of weight coming at it. Doesn't like it. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's got it. So, New Brunswick's happy that instead of the deuce, they were looking like they were going to give up a couple of shots ago. That the blank is on, and the score will stay the same going into the 4th end.
To a certain extent.
I feel fairly confident that Meg is going to be able to keep this blank. Perhaps I cursed him. I don't know. I hope not.
Well, you see,
Didn't we do that in the first time against my legs?
hammer in the even end. Too.
Correct.
That would be another reason to blank it, to not play that you're not giving your 2, but gives you control in an even end.
Yeah, and that's certainly becoming a bigger focus, I think, of a lot of teams, is really managing the scoreboard, especially in the later ends. You know, getting that 6
Friggin' thing over yellow.
score in 6, so that you have the hammer coming home in 8 if all goes your way in 7. I think that a lot of teams are really thinking about each end, how it plays into the overall scoring pattern of the game.
Well, it makes you think about it that much earlier because these are only 8 games.
Yeah. Do you know what year they switched from being 10 end games here?
He's got
I don't, but I seem to recall playing a few 10 end mixed games myself, so I know that they used to be 10 end. Yeah. Perhaps when they moved to the pool play, they switched. If anyone knows and wants to let us know.
Place yours on the center line.
It's good.
So New Brunswick's opting to start the end the same way they did the previous one, by throwing a tight center, and Joanne Fries is successful in that. Oh, I need to move to the...
I like it.
It's just been a so
And
far.
Mickey's
I
getting
really
the
shot.
same
Oh, no.
strategy as putting it in. Actually, he did make the call this time in the back of the house.
Yeah, okay, so he doesn't mind how that last end played out for him, because pretty much looked like he was going to get a deuce most of the end, so he's like, let's do that again. Okay, now I think you can see this home end. Sorry for the tilt, can't figure out how to get that camera straight. Just cocked your head a little to the left and it evens out. So Allison successfully puts the rock as requested.
And it's certainly far enough over that if they were to make a play on that, the roll into the center would be well behind.
Yeah,
So that's
so
the only issue sometimes when you're playing out to the wings, is to make sure that you bring it deep enough.
Yeah, sweep for line.
yes.
You can't hit in off.
Whip.
that's certainly the case. Brunswick saying,
Top
okay,
four
I'll
if you
counter
can.
this with
Nice work, bro.
to the top four, and
Great job.
Wayne makes that.
I think I like this.
So Alberta is trying to follow that rock down and play the corner freeze to it, hoping if they can
playing for the
lock a
fourth
rock
line.
onto the corner. When they come and run some rocks later in the end, the yellow will stay in play.
Line's good, a little tight.
Yeah.
Go on in.
Make him draw.
Close.
I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
I agree.
We're having an interesting conversation
right.
with the two gentlemen from New Brunswick, thinking of how they'd like to play Alberta, and indicating that they feel that Skip's quite a good hitter, and they'd like to force him into a bit of a draw game. So they're certainly calling shots to reflect that, getting lots of rocks in play here early while the free guard zone's available to them.
Making sure when it comes down to Mickey's rocks that it's a matter of drawing rather than taking out.
Yeah, I think so. That's what they'd like to see happen. So,
A little bit of that's just playing your opposition, right? And the opposition, knowing them well enough to play them.
yes. Yeah, no, well, these teams wouldn't have played because they were in opposite pools, and I'm not sure out on the tour, given the distance between Alberta and New Brunswick, whether they would have much history playing against each other, but would be certainly aware of each other's successes in the past. Success, and it's not their first time playing at this level, so.
Right, Mickey's had a lot of play
Okay, that's fine.
junior level.
Yes.
And Charlie certainly has played in juniors and
Just pack.
He used to play.
Lakes Nationals.
Yeah.
And he's been to the Broad.
It's okay.
Yeah. And I believe he does quite a bit of golf.
Yes, he is. Yes, he's according to his bio, he is a level 3 coach.
Oh, perfect. It's always great when you see athletes that give back by doing some coaching as well. I know you do coaching, Dale?
I did the last 2 years. Yes. Very rewarding. Very rewarding.
Yeah, no, and the sport and definitely needs good coaches. Okay, what do we got going here? Well, Alberta's certainly collecting a number of rocks in the rings, and New Brunswick feels that they're going to counter this by putting some more in themselves.
Yes, then could get a little messy.
It could get a little messy for Red. So he's looking to just play a tap on the top of the rings and walk it down onto the shot rock behind the guard.
No. So we stay on the side.
And just tapped it a little too far. Those red rocks are not protected by a rock in front or a rock behind them, so they're fairly vulnerable right now.
The line on that tap wasn't too heavy.
Yeah, exactly. You need off the top.
I kind of like that position. That rock prior to that.
Yeah, he definitely had that side of the covered. I don't know, I might have considered throwing another one around on the other side and trying to cover that yellow on the intern and the outer side, but they clearly know the ice better than I. I've only been here for a few hours myself today, so they've seen a lot more ice than I have. Wow, that was a bit of a unforced error by Alberta there, and missed New Brunswick shot and removed one of his own rocks.
He certainly wasn't pleased with that.
No.
So Charlie's going to try the same thing. He's down and nice on top of that yellow,
I think he is. So we've got Leah Thompson up now. There we are. On the outturn freeze. The sweepers are on. Charlie indicating that they need to be sweeping for line, and it looks as though it's crossing over onto the guard. Now it's a matter enough. Let's see.
Did he let that go?
Well, he definitely wanted to make sure that the red crossed the face of the guard that was out there so that it keys up towards the middle of the house.
I didn't know whether he had kept on that guard.
Yeah, that was definitely an option, but maybe the weight wasn't there to do that. So I was hoping that he can use that setup up front to improve his position on the next shot. Well, there definitely looks like there's a hit and roll or a double available to Brunswick. And if
He got caught in between there, like which way to go, because that rock didn't finish up enough, but then couldn't get the ball to get out of separation.
I think this side of the sheet too, Dale, might be a little bit straighter towards us. We see those draws going the other end. Although that's a lovely shot by Leah there to go in front of the yellow, but it looks as though the weight of Alberta
Like board or hack?
Nope, they've opted to go for a softer
Yeah,
weight.
we're yellow, we're second.
Playing a hack waiter in a round and removing the red and rolling to sit 2.
A little bit of this could be Mickey playing his players as well. You know, if your players aren't comfortable throwing big solid weight, you can always change it up and go to a
Softer shot.
type of game.
Yeah, I think Sarah,
Yeah, it's like half a rock.
pretty well trained and probably comfortable with any weight. I think they're just, Sarah's down to discuss
Half a rock.
how this is all going to look when she's done.
Well, and Sarah's taking
Well, better, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'd rather
I think, what they're doing right now is it's pretty good. It's always important, I think, for the player to be able to visualize the shot they're playing, and so instead of Sarah being at the other end sort of yelling down what was going on, said, let me come down and
I
take a
like
look.
the same way to maybe touch one.
Well, it's a little bit
Oh,
different
good, you there?
perspective too. The rocks have moved around. So it's to take how much separation there is between
Oh, you know what we haven't done, Dale? We haven't been updating the other scores. So while they're cleaning up the path here, I'll tap on Group B. We've got Ontario versus Newfoundland. Ontario's currently up 3-0, playing the 4th end. And on sheet D, PEI is up 5-1 over Nunavut. Saskatchewan and the Saskatchewan are tied at 1, playing all the games. Here we go, back to our shot. It's really good. Close. Heavy sweep and roll to the side and only sits 2, just as Mickey had shown us it was going to happen.
Very nice line call on that. They had the sweepers on it early, and they really held that line. Certainly looked like here's Sarah commenting on Brad sweeping.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly is very effective in sweeping.
Yeah, and
I got this from my last shot.
kind of realizing, I think I recognize
means
Brad.
I
I
need
think
to clear
he plays second, I think,
So
for
we
the
can play
Brendan
this.
Botcher ring out of Edmonton.
Then that's a
And
pretty-
they've been, well, they are currently playing at the
Once I get
Slam
lined up,
in
just
Oshawa,
try to
but
play it.
that's
We can play this.
a young
Here.
team that's climbing the ranks quickly, so
That angle.
he trains pretty hard. I think actually all 4 of these athletes from Alberta have been part of the University of Alberta program at some point, and they have a great training program
I really
and
like
facility at the
this,
Saville
but-
Centre, so there's lots of talent coming out of that Edmonton area. Oh yeah, okay.
Here's a shot right here.
Yep, that's good too. Eliminate some rocks. I like it.
that would come around.
Okay, so after an end of drawing and trying to position rocks, the Brunswick's recognizing they're in a little bit of trouble.
That one in the forefoot.
And
Not there.
are going to try and remove some of these yellows.
Easy double, I think.
Reps in, then we're playing.
Yeah.
So Charlie's just suggesting that he actually doesn't mind that one in the middle. I think he's thinking that he'll use that as his last shot, maybe come down and freeze to it in hopes shrinking the scoring area and making into a draw to a smaller piece of real estate. A couple of them here, I think. Yeah. He definitely got rid of two, but squeezed through and.
What's that? Yeah.
I think if Alberta makes his hit and roll. Yeah, keeping the shooter in play would have.
That was important.
It was important.
Not bad. I think just quiet board. It should go
He's got to trying to remove this red stone, thread it through the hole there between the two layers.
I think at this point, even if he's really more interested, as Sarah's indicating there with her broom, where his shooter ends up, if it rolls in and kind of covers any access to that yellow rock on the forefoot, the jam at the back probably won't be of that much concern to him. It'll probably safe to get his deuce here and put himself up 3 points on the scoreboard. So
Yes, that's how the rock is fine.
it works if it comes into play.
I think we're hard pressed to make this hack weight over.
Towards the center on this one.
Yeah, he'll really make things difficult.
Nice replay.
Yes.
So as this rock comes down, I can see Leah and Charlie already talking about the shot that's coming up. Plans, that's always things, especially when you're on time clock, so when you sit around too long thinking about things. So, as we suspected, they did jam. They rolled probably a little further than they'd like. But it's still good to be yellow right now.
Yeah, he's going to catch this slightly on the
I
inside.
wonder
He's
what
going
the
to
lineup
one.
is. There's 10 red cards out there.
Yeah.
He's finally going to use those being set up early in the end.
That's right. He's going to try and run slightly on the center line side of those reds, dragging the back one and doubling out these two yellows. Hey, if he makes this the way he wants, he might actually be laying two and have the force was more into a draw for his point. Backswing. I don't see those very often.
No, I was going to say that old-fashioned swing.
Well, he's definitely
Really hard.
Oh, it's over curling, I think, from where he wanted it to be.
That's good.
So that just curled a little more than he wanted to at the end. He wanted to hit a bit on the center line side, and it probably curled an inch too much on him, and just ran the yellow into the yellow. And
It really did curl hard off that center line.
it did.
That way.
It did. Yeah. So that straight side that we saw the hits coming down earlier. Coming into center line, obviously, is counteracted going towards the boards.
Speed here?
Which you sometimes find that.
Brad, what is it?
Ice makers do their best to make the surface level, but every once in a while, especially on a sheet that is up against the walls, may not be perfectly level, but that's part of the charm of the game, is ice reading.
That's why it's called curling.
Exactly.
Mine's getting a little tight.
Mine's perfect. Well done.
Line is perfect, Sarah's saying, and the brushers are just cleaning it in. And 2 points for Alberta will go on the board.
Yep.
So we have our fourth end break.
Break time.
Break time. Players say I'm going to turn the mics down in case anybody wants to go to the bathroom.
All right.
Give them some privacy.
And the games on D and E are in their fourth end breaks as well.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we have here? Newfoundland is yellow, and they are playing, an interesting shot here with this last one. He's going to play, I'm sorry I can't move the cameras to show you, but he's going to play an interesting out turn in off from a corner guard into one of his rocks that's frozen in an attempt to score a deuce. So big weight coming at them. And I feel that it might be close. Oh, it just overcurled a bit. And yet Ontario steals another point to go up 4-0 at the break. Ooh, Saskatchewan on sheet E had a great fourth end and managed to score 5 points against the Yukon. So they're up 6-1. And Nunavut and PEI, 5 for PEI and 2 for Nunavut, and they're just about to start the fifth end.
They get their 5-minute break, and then the ice at that time gets a mopping.
It does. Keep it going. I'm looking down to see. Nope, doesn't look like there's any snacks. I guess these athletes figured they ate lunch before they went and played. They don't need the fourth end fruit break.
I think in the previous game we saw a couple of them munching on something.
Right.
I think actually probably more important for the hydration.
Yes.
During the half game.
Yeah.
The ice crew here has been great throughout the event. A lot of attention paid to the ice
Right.
during something like this. A lot of long, hard hours. I know that Donnie Powell, the ice maker here, has just about slept here 24 hours a day, I believe, just
I'm
to
sure.
make it
Yeah.
great for these players.
Yeah, and it looks like it is. I always enjoy when you get to a club and you see some curl in the ice and rocks that you get behind guards. Makes for a lot more fun for the players and certainly the spectators as well. And I know Donnie is a very conscientious ice maker, so I would expect nothing less.
Makes for more of a finesse type of game style, you might say. That,
for sure.
Nice to be able to play with the rocks as far as the curl and the draw.
No, really can't be that.
I forget even though they're on break. We're not on break. So,
Especially when you can have your whole family around you like you're saying.
It would be interesting to know with these mixed teams how much they've actually played together before coming to this event. Whether,
well, I looked on somewhere. I saw that both of these two teams that we're featuring today have it's their first year together. So I assume that most provinces have their playdowns in the spring. So they probably put together the team sometime around a year ago now and played to win the province and been doing some practicing in the fall to get ready for this event.
It's hard though with probably most of the players on other teams as well, or men's or ladies and stuff, then to put a lot of time into the practicing as a mixed team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Although, last year was the first year that the World Mixed has started being played and contested for. So I think it'll be interesting to see the evolution of mixed curling and whether some athletes, I know that with mixed doubles there's going to be some athletes who are specializing in that, whether mixed becomes something that players decide to specialize in with the opportunity to be a world champion.
Yes, I saw actually mixed doubles out practicing at my club just last week.
Oh, yes?
National coach.
And what's your club, Dale? Guelph?
At this stage of the game?
Yeah.
It's actually St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, yeah, it's outside London, okay.
Made the big move last year.
Oh, right. I remember this now. Sorry, we're catching up too.
So we had Wayne and Kim Tuck out practicing.
Right, mixed doubles champs from a couple of years ago. They've done really well. Yeah, we're actually, Hugh, my husband and I, tried mixed doubles last year and had a bit of success, so we're giving it a whirl again this year and playing starting Sunday evening in an event out in Oshawa that Kim and Wayne are playing in as well. So.
And they've made a couple of rule changes I hear that may affect the game a little bit.
They have. They moved, and I should be more of an expert than I am since I'm going to be playing it in 2 days, but they've moved the placement of the rock in the rings from back pin to back of the forefoot, opening up a bit more space there. And then there's an opportunity for something called a power play, which is a opportunity for the team with hammer, I believe, to choose to move rocks from the middle and set them up as corner guards and a rock behind that at one point during the game. So
right, you get to only do that once during the game.
And yes, and I believe it's when you have hammer you have to decide.
Sounds very interesting and complicated
Yeah,
to me.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's always important to figure out the rules of an event before you played it. Last year when we were playing at the Canadian Championships, Hugh and I forgot that blanking an end in mixed doubles is not to your advantage. You actually lose the hammer, and we intentionally blanked an end. So we won't forget that one. So.
Well, and that's all about curling too. If you think about it, is the amount that you learn from your mistakes.
Yes.
And if you can use your mistakes to learn by, so you don't do it again.
Right. You always lose more, learn more from games you lose than games you win. Okay.
Well, I think you analyze them totally different.
Exactly. Okay, so where are we? Allison just threw a second shot. Alberta's saying, hey, we're up 3 points with 4 ends to play. We're happy with rocks in the rings, and we're going to not put anything up front for New Brunswick to work with. New Brunswick, on the other hand, is saying we'll throw up a corner guard and get a rock around it in hopes that we can generate a couple points this end.
This forces certainly New Brunswick to ignore those rocks, and some point they will have to deal with them.
Yeah.
But it gives the chance for Mickey to force New Brunswick at some point into a hitting game.
Correct. Lovely come around by Joanne Fries.
Love the name.
Yeah, love the name. And she certainly had a great pair this end with a corner guard and a come around. And the peeling shall begin for Thiessen and Alberta.
Now we're commentating on sheet A, but I know there's actual live scoring done on another sheet that they're using a new program.
Oh, okay.
Charting all the rocks.
Oh.
On another sheet and then being uploaded to the web, and the teams can go back and replay all the rocks.
Yeah.
That's a new feature, I think, that they've just started for this event.
Oh, do you know the website?
Livestone.
Livestone. Okay. Try it out. So New Brunswick's going to replace that corner guard that Alberta peeled off. Keep Alberta busy peeling for quite a while. Ooh, that rock really finished. Oh,
It's hard to make those guards stop.
yeah, and I think given that it finished so much, Alberta's saying rocks in the ring score, so we're going to get rid of this red one.
And at this stage, whether he actually gets the one in the rings or the guard.
Yeah, he'll be happy. He's asking for a softer weight, a hack weight call, I think, so that Bradley's rock potentially hits and rolls back in front of that setup he has in the middle, which is quite an easy double right now, but if you throw another rock in front of it, it'll certainly complicate that for New Brunswick. Ooh, wow. Big finish towards that wall. We saw that with the draws a couple ends back.
That just wrapped right around
that
that
did.
guard.
Perfect nose hit. So now New Brunswick's saying, well, we're going to have to deal with this middle, so let's start dealing with it now. He's asking Paul to come down and rearrange those rocks and get his shooter into a position that might be challenging for Alberta to remove.
And he's just playing that nice sort of quiet back-line-ish weight. By playing with this kind of weight, it allows for the shooter to have a better chance or more of a chance to hang around.
Yeah, well, I have always advised teams, the further down in the scoreboard you are, the lighter weight you need to be throwing, so that theory should hold true for New Brunswick here. Unfortunately, weight was right, but the line not so much, and he's really rolled to place that's not going to help them out much. They're sitting for a shot and wide open at the back for Wilkes to come down and attempt to remove. So let's see.
He was just back full 12, out in the weeds there.
Haven't really seen anything. Oh, after giving it some thought, he's decided it's the corner guard that might potentially cause him some issues, and he's going to get rid of that. He'll still be laying 3 when he's done, and New Brunswick will have a bit of work to do to make the rock score.
Well, certainly with Sarah's weight and the positive rotation on that rock, it's not a whole lot of movement or anything.
No.
It was a very nice feel.
Flies right out of there.
I think that was a wise shot choice there.
I do too. That was, as you look at the house and you think, what is it, the shot that the other skip likes? And
Well, and the same thing might have been running through his mind that you mentioned that we haven't seen a whole lot of rocks come from the outside in that bar out, and that guard was in play. She ever took that into the center.
so Leah's trying to make a little freeze tap here, and didn't quite get up to the spot on the yellow rock that they were looking for. Wow, Mickey's going to try and do a lot with this one rock. He's hoping to hit and roll, and going to have to be some heat coming to do all that, but he's asking for some firm weight here, out turn pretty much that he thinks is going to run straight down the sheet, and see how hard Sarah's going to throw it here.
I think he may have been asking for more control weight than the big up weight.
Oh no, here it comes.
I think this one's as hard as that.
Yep, so Sarah threw that at about 7 seconds between the hogs, and manages to line up a serious fence at the back there for New Brunswick.
Great wall.
Yep. So this will be an important shot for Leah to come down and make sure she sits
Those two
without moving anything.
Those two in the button are perfectly even. There's a very nice pocket there.
Yep.
She can come down there without bumping.
Yeah, Paul's indicating the weight's close. And this one's certainly curling on a better trajectory than the last one. It's finishing in nicely to the middle. It would be important that they don't move anything around too much. Lovely. Nestled in there nicely.
That was better weight.
Yeah. Alberta's happy even just to come down and hit this on the nose and remove a couple of those yellows backing in hopes that with Lismore's last shot he'll be able to remove a couple of them.
Yes, it's not to their advantage to have all of those yellow rocks
No,
out there at all.
no. When you're up this many points, you generally don't want that many sitting behind the tee line anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good to have that many of your rocks in there and stuff, but it can only be advantageous to the opposition at this point when they're...
Yeah, here we go. We got some speed coming here. So Sarah threw 7 seconds between the tees, or the hogs, I'm sorry. Let's see, his is 6'2". So he said, I can get rid of everything. And that he does.
And these rocks are so lively too.
They
like
are.
not only is he throwing big weight,
Yeah.
but on this ice, those rocks just go.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough here, Dale, that little red rock that they ignored in instead peeling the corner guard might come back into play. So Charlie needs to decide where's he going to put his rock
Well, it
in an
still
effort
keeps
to
the
get it.
two in play,
It
right?
still keeps the two in
Yeah.
play. He's talking about drawing in around the yellow at the top of the rings and using it as a guard. Fortunately, if he does that, he'll most likely sit behind the tee line and
You might see Mickey try that.
run.
Run double.
Yeah. I don't know, at this point I might...
But if you put one on the other side, Mickey's just going to eliminate it, and then you've got to get rid of it.
then you've got to play a double, yeah. It's, I mean, if you hit that top yellow one, there's not a good place to really roll to that's not going to give him a double. So, I mean, I think at this point, New Brunswick would be happy to figure out a way to make two rocks score. Oh, I forgot to turn their mics back on. Hang on. Let's see what they think.
Oh, then I hold it. That's right. Like if I get buried, same rocks in the same place again. I gotta move it. It's just as hard as this one.
Well, both of these, not if we softened them or not, but they wanted to go side, and mine wanted to go sideways.
Yeah.
I don't know if we softened all of them or not, but didn't they all kind of want to go?
It'll go. It's just when it goes.
Well, you show them half the. What do you like about that?
That's good.
Yeah.
That was Sarah or Brad got one or whatever
Yeah.
there with
I think... Oh, jeepers, what happened to our screen? So, didn't quite make it around. Weight was close. I think he could have used another inch or two of broom. Yeah. Held it up too. Yep. Little weight, little broom. Pick one. Give it a little more.
I think it's right there.
So Alberta's going to hit to lay two. I think there's there. So if he crosses the face of the spit, he'll be able to get those two red out of there.
There's
making it able to roll the chute wheel to the other side so that it can force
easy.
Charlie to take one.
We want to roll it 3 feet.
Oh, he wants to roll 3 feet, he told us. this is the straighter spot, given the curl. Going to the wall, this one I can hold it a bit better.
Whoa! Yep! Yep! Whoa! Whoa!
No.
Just missed that back one.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't know if they were playing that too hard. It seems
Doesn't matter. No double.
Charlie's looking to see if there's a double available to him to bring that other rock into play, but I'm not sure the way those yellows.
I don't think I can hit it thin enough and
yellow
make
hits.
contact.
Well, you also have to be careful too. Which one he hits first. With that red one in the back there.
Oh, there's an overhead view. Oh, I just learned how to do that. That shows you just how flat it actually is. Yeah, it's pretty flat. I think he's saying, I'm going to take my medicine and draw for my point.
Which is exactly what Alberta was trying to force him to do all along. Yeah. So it's good force here. Alberta's part.
There's a draw. Successful point for New Brunswick, although they would have loved to have some more of that end.
A couple of the games are a little closer than they were.
Oh, look at that. Yukon pulled a 3-under out.
Good shot.
Close the gap to 2 points. PEI continued to increase their lead, 7-2 over Nunavut, and Newfoundland scores a 3 to make it 4-3, playing the 6th end.
So that makes those games much closer. 6 and 8, anything's possible.
That's right.
Those other 2 games.
So if I was New Brunswick, I would be going hard steel this end, given what we talked about before, controlling those last few ends. I want to make sure they figured a way to steal probably
Just over
6, 7,
just
and
over.
8. So this might.
The 6th end, the 8 is becoming more and more critical.
I don't mind his quit.
Change the.
You can see how high up in the house that guard is. I think they're trying to take shot.
Ooh,
Yep. Whoa! Whoa!
fun to see that.
Whoa!
So I don't think it's cooling today. The pressures are off yet. I think they've got a pretty strong. Charlie's saying, I'm prepared. I don't know. Do I want to sweep it? Do I not want to sweep it? He's decided he didn't want to sweep it. So it probably could have gone out. And is saying, I'll take the guard that you've left me out front and play another one. So he's actually playing a bit of a come around. The corner guard. Most likely figuring that Alberta may try to peel out their own guard.
Well, you never know with this one back here. Maybe that coming into play once you start peeling rocks, right? May get a jam.
You might get a chance. Trying to find a best camera angle here. I guess this is it.
Just off center.
It is. Okay, let me go back. Good shot. Yeah, there we go. It's up there. So Alberta's going to play. Alberta's going to play the tick again, or attempt the tick again with Allison's next shot. lefty playing her intern. And it's pretty close.
Action, Sarah, action.
Waits play that with, but I would say that was sort of top ring weight. I know teams that I've played on in the past, we tend to choose kind of a back ring weight for.
Well, it's funny, we were discussing that earlier, last week, and I think it's dictated to you by the score as to those tick shots. I think that if you're up like that, I personally would like to see it pack to board weight.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, but those ones would definitely play with much like depends, I guess, on what you're trying to do with the tick.
Yeah, because sometimes teams are using chick shot now just to establish some corner guards for themselves. But I agree with you. I don't think Alberta was attempting to do that, and Alberta doesn't really need to score any more points.
No, like if you're down, you don't want the center or something.
Yes.
Definitely see trying to set up.
Good throw.
Alberta is definitely moving to the peel game, and starting with the first one by Brad.
Peeling his own stuff.
Peeling his own stone, the ones that were left from the ticks. And runs it into, just misses one in the rings. And didn't work out exactly as they planned. So interesting, New Brunswick's going to put another one in the rings. I don't know, I might at this point consider going back to that center guard game and keep him busy doing that for a while, but...
Get them to run out of rocks for a
Yeah. At this point, New Brunswick's going to be grouping their rocks, and we know that Alberta's going to be peeling. So we'll see how this plays out.
In this case, you could have elected to put the other one and separate the rocks.
Sure. Still think that given that we're playing hard steel on my team, I think I'd be playing the center card and getting a mistake or getting a jam out of the middle there and having something better to go around.
Same thing, Brian.
It's the same split on his.
Exactly.
Nice.
Anything short of protection, really. There's always a right side to err on.
Oh, wow, we got some heat coming on this one. Watch out. Play the run. Nope. Not quite.
Oh, I just touched it.
Still got that guard up there.
I touched this one too. Did I move it? Yeah. I moved it.
I was catching the wrap.
But I have to assume it was, like,
So,
that's my fault. But
Alberta's suggesting that perhaps they're...
I picked that, and I touched this with...
Perhaps the skip's foot touched some rocks as
Yeah.
all the action was going on in an effort to make sure
This
rocks
one I
didn't
definitely
fly to
touched in my
another.
room. But it's
So
it's either off of this and out of
the
play
rule
or
in this
right
case,
into it.
Dale, is that the non-offending team, which would be New Brunswick, will get to make the decisions.
Hey,
They do have an umpire here
Yeah, it's definitely...
who's coming
I think it's
over
out of play.
to weigh in.
No, well, you're... Well, what?
From my view,
Is that what we grabbed is what I'm
It's just a
saying.
matter of whether we're going to touch this one.
Yeah.
Red Rock.
yes,
Yeah.
moved it up.
Okay. So, Beauty, the players figured it out, and
Sorry about that.
the game continues.
Messing with me.
Nikki apologizes.
It is what it is.
Charlie says it is what it is. Let's move forward and make curling shots.
It is still very much a gentleman's game. Players very much police themselves.
Yeah, and you know the beauty of this was the two of them actually spoke to each other face to face, and
That's fine, as long as it
Worked it
curls
out.
up to it. I don't want to over curl it. Stay with it. That's fine.
didn't leave it for another time to talk about. So Leah makes a nice draw in around, groups of rocks, and that card's pretty long, so
Either one!
I would think that Sarah will be... Oh, nope, they're saying, don't stand back there in the house. Let's get rid of that card.
Hard! Whoa! Whoa!
Wow, that's curling. But
Yep!
better. Yeah, we couldn't quite see how that worked, but it was certainly better than the called shot. Yeah, it did. Yeah. You can watch this later on YouTube and replay that one to see how that works, but certainly, certainly better than the called shot. But what it did do was leave a couple of staggered guards out front for New Brunswick to continue to work to try and get a rock around, figure out a way to deal this end.
Plug it away.
Yep. Leah's rock is curling nicely. It might be a little deeper than they were hoping for, but does the trick, and it's going to
Finish is nice there.
Yeah.
Not sure that
So deep.
Probably not, because Alberta's going to come down and freeze to it, they're indicating, which at this point New Brunswick will be happy enough to follow suit and
they have to
come back to the middle.
do attack with a shot rock and get the hit and roll over there, then they'll have protection.
Yeah.
Line's tight! Gotta go line! Gotta go line!
I know this really moves going away off the line, but it seems the Russians will hold it a little better on this out turn.
Hard! Hard for speed! Hard!
Great weight.
Hard! Go, 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 go! Hard!
I think it is perfect. Freeze. Yeah.
Just control board weight.
Play an in-turn board weight. I heard him say hit and roll. Try and get on the side there. And get his stone.
Those 2 stones now to roll into for some protection.
I would expect this rock will finish up pretty well, especially towards center. It's up, I think we're pretty close. Got the skip saying yes and the red saying no. And he makes a nice roll. Unlocks those rocks he was trying to roll into, which actually will make it easier for Alberta to move that rock out of play.
I can't see all this.
It's nice to be able to have that sort of control.
Good throw, Charlie.
Not wait till the last minute.
Yes, screaming.
I can only see like the third.
Oh, and over on sheet D, the game between PEI and Nunavut is over.
Okay.
With the final score being 9, PEI 2 for Nunavut.
Just hack. Shouldn't go that's
So I would say based on his ice call here, he's not super hard, probably just more in his control weight range. Yeah. Yeah.
Get some movement.
Sarah's indicating it needs to curl. The sweepers have kind of backed off of it. It looked as though his out turn, he might have set it back just a smidge to the broom. And actually, he won't be happy with that result as he moves the red further into cover and locks it on, leaving New Brunswick playing 2.
Is behind the T-line.
Or you just go here and say, actually that's probably
I
better.
really want to find the overhead for the... Oh, no, that's not the one.
It's probably the same
That's not the one.
What did I give you? Okay.
Yes. Actually, a
I
little
didn't
bit
give you that much, did I?
You might have, yeah. I think you gave me like here.
Sorry. People, actually watching this. I'm just trying to give you the best view possible of what these rocks look like. Okay, this looks a bit better. So after some discussion, what did they
Well,
decide?
they were just trying to figure out exactly
There's really no place to.
what ice to go with to get the full curl here.
Okay, just listen in Charlie's. Oh, he lost his audio. I thought I heard him talking to his front end there about where he ideally wanted the rock to stop.
I'm not sure. Not barely. The way after me.
How much? Whoa! Whoa, there's not in
It's got the right line on this. As long as he's like just full 8.
It'll make not at all. Alberta needs your shot.
Whoa! Whoa!
I
Lots of
like to
room!
kind of just throw it
Lots of room!
in the top 8 in the middle somewhere and
Right
make
here.
Alberta's draw a little
Yeah,
tougher,
go
but
hard!
Well, we did clear Charlie.
Hard! Hard, 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 hard! Go, go, go! Hard! 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 Hard, 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 hard! Okay, good
definitely
success.
said he wanted to force him to the draw, and that's what he's done at draw against too. I don't know if the rock where Charlie left it changed was more shot at all, but
Why are you guys laughing at
I
me?
think they were trying to actually lay 3, and
What'd she say?
he does make a mistake.
I
Thank
say,
you.
what's Leia's weight? Leia's
Yeah.
ice. She says, Leia's the star.
Yeah, I think they were trying to because they were going hard there
You're
at the
looking
end.
out.
I don't think at this point it would hurt because they had a good line.
So I tried to get a chokehold on her.
Oh, it's a fail.
Closer to the center to
Line's good. Put on the tee line.
So this is why you skip, so that you can draw with your last shot and score, right?
This is what you're paying for.
Right. Oh yeah. Dale, you've been a skip, I think, as long as I've known you to be a curler. So were these your favorite kind of shots?
No.
No. And clearly didn't bother to make it all, and he makes a nice draw for a point.
Up a little here. I'm going to need to sharpen it up a little here.
Take out any day.
Take this.
Are you still have a senior team you're playing with, or don't be gonna wait too much info to your When do playdowns start for OCA playdowns start for the seniors? December. Busy month for curlers all around. I know that's when well, I guess the junior stuff all finishes up this year at the end of November. I know that the ladies stuff it's in December starts.
Doesn't matter.
Well, that's what it was.
Exactly.
Coaching juniors.
Nice to get lucky. Sweet. Yeah, that was good for us. Maybe 3 would be cute. That would be good for me.
Yeah.
Deuce is big. You see?
So I can hear Team New Brunswick discussing their wishes for this end. They'd like to figure out a way to score at least a deuce. Still put them down coming home, but at least they could close the gap a bit. So Alberta's opted to throw that first one in. They're saying to New Brunswick, well, if you want to
Hey,
deuce,
Joe.
you're going to have to throw a corner guard. We're not throwing a guard for you. And just to keep me on my toes, he's throwing a center guard instead.
Yep.
Clearly, he has a plan.
2.
It's been a few years
Way to
since I
go.
called the New Brunswick, but I called them calls that
Good job.
keeps the other team on their toes, I'm sure.
Well, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Keep the other team guessing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want anything routine or
Yeah. So Alberta's saying, you know what, we're okay with how this looks for us, so we're just going to throw this rock through. We're up 3 with 2 ends to play. We don't need any more rocks in the rings.
8.
There's nothing wrong with throwing this through.
I think a lot of curlers this is their favorite shot. Free throw through. No mistake.
think on that we should put
Yeah, instead of an X out. Hard, but at this point, being that it's wide open, I might take a look, Charlie, and leave it. And potential guard, but managed to get it into the top 12 foot. I don't think
finished hard. How much that
it did. I don't think it's changing what Alberta's intent was anyway, which is going up and starting to peel. Oops, behind on players.
one goal in mind as far as the time. You know, with 2 ends left. Brunswick doesn't usually go out.
Right. Oh, yeah. There you go. And they're at 7:39.
I mean, they're still fine.
Oh, there we go.
Still have
Yeah. Is it 2 timeouts?
Yes.
So they still have 2 timeouts because now neither team's taking a timeout. I don't know if either of these teams have a coach here with them, but I'm sure that's what they're going hard, trying to get this one over. We got the brusher, the thrower coming out and brushing his own rock. Kicking the women. That's so typical for mixed curling. Kick those women out of the way, let them in. Right? Here we go. Sorry. And I don't know why they let women play mixed curling. Yeah. Why do we let these women throw? So we've got some softer weight coming at us from Bradley, trying to remove the rock that's in the rings from play, and ignoring the corner guard out front, successfully making contact, removing. No, it doesn't remove it from the rings. Wow. And rolls their shooter over to a rock in the back 12. I don't know. I think given the scoreboard, I would have just kept peeling. But for sure. But now it's actually advantage New Brunswick. Anytime I think I see the other team's rocks in the back of the rings, I'm figuring out maybe not. And with a tricky little redirect off the center line stone, New Brunswick manages to bury behind the guard. It's dead buried actually from the outturn hack, or the hack on the outturn side. And I think they're just going back to run that guard back and maybe clip the one that's over here on the far left-hand side and hanging on the 12 foot. Possible, not quite. But guard gone. So Red now, has 2 rocks in the rings, and look at that rock that's in the back 12. Charlie's considering maybe going back and freezing to that. Let's see.
I liked it.
Might as well make use of it, right?
Yep, they put it there for you.
Try 90. Yeah. 85, 90, I'm gonna try.
So in the first end, if you recall, we saw a series of shots down here trying to get behind a corner guard by the vices, and everybody was a little bit heavy. So let's see if they've learned from that. And
what are you doing? Just freezing.
See if it's still a fast pass. Oh, they're freezing. Too bad Joanne wasn't doing this show. Like she's never heard that before. So it seems like it is still a quick path, and the rock made it down there, but not quite the line New Brunswick was looking for.
Half a rock.
Is it no?
I don't know whether Charlie had to remind them there that
Rocks were no,
it's
sir.
only a freeze,
Yeah.
not
He knows that they put pull back. They said 2, 3, 4.
So Alberta's suggesting with the half rock they can make this double and sit first, third, and fourth.
Pretty good.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
actually get double that.
Yeah, and squirted her shooter through, which actually I think would be just fine in my books. It's less rocks for New Brunswick to use to work towards getting their multiple points this end.
Yeah. Okay, or this.
So another freeze attempt by Team New Brunswick. This time they're going to freeze to that rock that's at the top of the fourth, I believe, but kind of missed the call, so we'll see how they played out.
Careful.
I was talking again about a freeze at that
Back
back
one.
yellow, but that would have set up a double.
Yeah, and the weight that they, or the broom that they took would be entirely too much for that. Maybe they're playing they're trying to come around it. Tough shot. A little bit heavy. And unfortunately she's through the rings. And if New Brunswick's going to make a deuce out of this, it's going to be with
Sorry,
guys.
rocks.
I thought it'd be heavier there.
Leah's saying that she thought the weight might be heavier. She gave a little bit extra.
Sorry, Charlie. I thought it'd be a little heavier there. Joanne.
I noticed it was
Just came down.
see some stopwatches around some of the players' waists, but I'm not really hearing them talk about time too much, so perhaps they only use them to check a few things throughout the game and on a regular basis.
Well, I think at times you can get too fixated
For sure.
by the clock and not
Yeah.
your eyes
Yeah.
as well.
Now, this rock's coming down. It's going to definitely remove the yellow or the red. Roll over and create a little catcher basket at the back.
Nope,
And a double bell over on the Ontario Team Ontario sheet. I'm not sure what the shot was called, but you hear the fans saying it's deserving of a double bell.
Obviously, they're going to have the most fans.
Home
Full tap.
home province. So here we go. Charlie's going to try to use those rocks that Lismore's left at the back to freeze down to and count his stones, his 2 points to send.
Yes.
Well, the
Yes.
sweepers just saw
Leah's draw, yeah.
Yes, line. Yes, line. Yes, line. Yes, line.
Suggesting
yes,
that line is not how he
Yes,
would like
line.
it to be.
Yes, line. Yes. Yes, line.
Looks pretty good coming into the house. I think we can place this quite nicely and end up. Ooh, don't rub off. Oh, jeepers.
I wanted
Be there
to
for one.
peel right out, eh?
Freeze down two. Yeah, without moving off.
Half a brick, eh, sir? Half a brick.
half a brick said a quarter.
Okay. I think that. Yeah, the red and of course they're all going to come from this.
That's good.
Yeah, when this shines down. So shooter and one of the yellows leaving in lane 2, and New Brunswick will be forced to take a single point here, which will leave them in a bit of a hole coming home down 2 without hammer.
few rocks in play.
Well, New
On
Brunswick
their
will
side.
definitely be doing their best to have a few rocks in play, and Alberta, the exact opposite. I always say,
Pretty easy game to
Yeah.
dissect it like this.
yeah, exactly. If both teams want to do the same thing, one of them's wrong. So. He's playing a nice soft weight hit here and making sure his shooter sticks around. Successful.
To keep their line up very nicely done. He made it look very easy.
He did.
On.
So the score coming home, 5-3 for Alberta. Alberta has hammer. I expect, since we saw Alberta taking a run at the Ticks in the 6th end, we'll definitely see them doing the same here in the 8th end. And Joanne Fries will throw her rock up into the free guard zone. She's been very successful with that this game. I think she's placed the rocks really well for New Brunswick to set up the ends.
Noticed they had finished 7 ends already.
Ooh.
Saskatchewan and picked up 1 in 7, so 7-5 over there. Hammer, Saskatchewan.
Yeah. So New Brunswick here is successfully, didn't change the score. The camera has successfully thrown a long to the
good.
guard.
Hold on there, look to this. God, I want to see this in. Just in
Yeah, they did bank a bit of time.
Last end.
So both of them are at 5.5 minutes plus. Oh, interesting. So as opposed to attempting the tick, which again they proved me wrong. I expected to see. They just said we're going to throw it straight through. I guess figuring any rock in play at this point is helping New Brunswick. So they ignored the tick. Now, interesting again. Charlie's choosing to come right in instead of potentially considering the double center. I guess he feels that the peeling ability of Alberta is such that they're going to remove them.
You can put them directly behind and stuff.
Yeah.
And set a shooter.
The ground, yeah. Yeah, especially given that Alberta showed
Get
their
across there,
card,
Get across,
cards
come on,
by,
hey!
by playing the throw through. I think I would take advantage of that free guard zone and play the second rock up front. So
You like hack?
Alberta thinks they can see
Yeah, good
enough
hack.
of it to play it with good hack weight, he's saying, and come down and at least get that rock off at the top of the button, top of the forefoot. So Allison, the lefty, has thrown it probably a little heavier than they were indicating. I thought I heard him sort of asking for hack, and the sweepers are indicating it's board. And it does have a way to move, and I don't think they're going to be very happy with that. Just missed it. And we'll see how Charlie responds. Whether he goes with another guard or brings another one in the rings, which he's choosing to do. Knowing that
That was an interesting Allison's throw through trying to tip.
tick, yeah, I
They
think,
throw the same way we try to tip.
yeah.
You're not losing. You're not
You're
losing.
not going to really hurt yourself, no. This one by Paul looks like he's pulling hard towards the guard as and he's just going to jiggle his guards around and turn his center into a couple of corners. Yeah, Alberta's saying we're not going to play around with this stuff. We don't need to worry about it. We need to get rid of this stuff out front, and so we shall.
And the shooter would hold.
you know, even if he doesn't get the one in the house, he's not going to be concerned. He's just trying to keep things clean out front and keep his options open for Skips Rocks to make sure they have a clear path to score and put another win in the box.
Actually,
Correct, yeah, so he's going to want to make sure that he's got one good clear path if he needs to draw.
3.
The ladies are saying it's 3, although they're walking behind, and I think it's a hopeful 3 as Leah has changed her mind to 4. Nope.
3-ish.
3-ish, she's saying. It's coming down.
Good.
And just as she said from the get-go, it's 3, which is just out in front of the rings. Yes, and well, the pebble's a little flatter there. There's been a lot of traffic. Yep, lots of sliders going up over it, and lots of rocks traveling up and down it. So pebble there, and it would be in the very nice shuffle. There would be out in the wings.
Well, it's good to see Sarah picking up the roll on that as well, leading it as a hit. She actually
Yeah, I got that rock out of the way for that to draw that they might have to play at the completion of the end.
Well, that's something to consider when you're doing your PO stuff. You're going to have to pay attention.
Line!
Yeah, for sure. Got to play every shot through to its completion. Don't get lazy. So, New Brunswick's got a great draw around the corner guard. They've actually done a great job this game in getting rocks around the corner. Unfortunately, most of the time they've been down and would have been rather, I'm sure, drawing around the middle. But Alberta's happy to go up and peel that rock that's in the way. And at this point, if even if New Brunswick managed to sit 2, they'd probably only be in the 8 foot.
Hard. Yep. Hard.
So I've been following along at home. This is my first time at the Weston Golf Country Club this week, but my understanding from talking to a couple people before the game is that the game tonight, actually, between Nova Scotia and New Brunswick will be very important, as the winner of that game will advance through to the playoff round to join, I believe, Alberta. For sure, Alberta. I believe Northern Ontario, and that's where I run out of my memory. I can't remember who the third team might be, but I think that I heard from the Newfoundland coach before they went out that the game tonight between the maritime provinces is going to be important as to which one. Yeah, fourth place team.
And 2 plays 3, and the winners of those 2 games actually plays in the gold medal game.
Okay, and based on if the scoreboard remains similar, Alberta will finish in first place. Northern Ontario, I know, is at 7-2, so they have 1 game left to play.
It's kind of nice that it was the last one.
Yep, I'm sure you've played in events where you're out playing and it's of no consequence. It's never more fun. You like to be in the mix for sure at the end.
Well, you have to think about these players have been there since
So New Brunswick's opted to try and wrap another one around this corner guard, but we know it goes so hard to ball here. It's a bit concerning if you're calling line early. They're indicating the line's really close, actually. The weight's a bit stronger than they
Good, Charlie.
But they are opting to get around there in lay 2. I think maybe Charlie's plan here is that if somehow he makes Lismore at least look at 3
We don't
points,
even need to be good.
3 rocks,
Here.
he might get lucky.
I know, but we don't even just be here.
By coming deep,
Good throw.
We're playing high, but it's over.
going to be a bit more of a challenge for him. He's saying,
Just
I'm going to split the house in lay 2, and you're going to have to figure out how to lay 2. New Brunswick, if you want to figure out how to win this game.
Top 8's good too.
throwing your draw at this time of the
Speed's good.
isn't a bad idea.
No.
Either, just to get a feel for
Yep.
the next one.
And also,
It has to be a draw.
Line's good.
Hey, curling early.
straight
Right on
throw
the
there
tee.
from
Hey, what?
Line's perfect. On
and
you.
sweepers are a little on off. They look fairly confident about the weight.
At this stage of the game, they're totally controlling.
Mine's good.
I would suggest that with that rock stopping there, it's going to be pretty challenging for New Brunswick to lay 2. Because any kind of double that he would have available would remove his own red rocks at the same
So you
time.
can kill this one.
Yep. And save your other one.
Right, and then sit 2.
Okay.
But never say die. So play the in-turn. I'd suggest an in-turn.
Right, cross
Wait,
ring, double,
double.
kill one of the red ones, see what's...
There we go. He just told me. Crosshouse double, kill, lose one of his red ones, hope to lay 2, and take it down to last rock.
We've seen a couple of interesting shots. Previous ends and stuff. You're just never sure what happens.
Exactly. Well, Charlie is throwing this hard with a lot of rotation
Hey, Charlie.
to stay in the range of that. And unfortunately, that's the case.
Good game.
And
At this point, they've conceded.
Brunswick has conceded, and Alberta has won the game. So
Good game.
very entertaining. Thanks, Dale. This was it was fun. I enjoyed doing this, and good luck to the teams as they move their way into the playoffs. And to the rest of the teams, enjoy your weekend. And now I think we hit the. Oh, maybe we should stay. Oh, Ontario is laying 3 buried. Looking like they've got quite a mess for Newfoundland to have to deal with. Let me see if I can move this camera.
I was going to say Newfoundland just has to get one.
Right, so let's go over and look at if I can figure out how to do that. Oh, here. Try and move that one down. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I found one. There, I moved the camera a bit and we found what it looks like. So Newfoundland is throwing. I'm going to turn those mics down. Turn down the other players' mics as they take their coats and the like off. The Newfoundland skip here is playing some sort of a double to open up his scoring area.
Right,
And
he doesn't have
He doesn't have hammer, in hopes that maybe with his last rock he'll be able to get one buried on the 4-foot.
Well, he's got those 2 center line guards nicely set up.
Oh, lovely shot. So he did just as he intended, which was open up the 4-foot. And Ontario's going to counter by putting one back in there.
It was a great shot. He's opened up back to the side and stuff. But, depending on what Mike does here, he would have the whole 4-foot to draw to, and with those 2 center guards up there. He's probably thinking at this stage of the game he would have loved to have last rock.
Yeah. So Ontario's coming down and putting one back in the top of the 4 foot. Oh, they're hoping it's back in the top of the 4 foot. They've put it right on the button, which is going to give Newfoundland an opportunity to come down and give a little freeze tap, lay shot, and hopes that Ontario makes a mistake. So he's got a pretty precise shot here. In an effort to
that rock about a rock.
Rock about a rock and stay on top in front of it. So Ontario had to have a challenge to remove it.
To wrap around those guards and then get by that one in the 8 foot. Because he certainly doesn't want to pop out at all.
Dale's shaking her head. Yes, emphatically yes. Sweep. Looks really close. I think it might be. Oh, just rubs the back of it. And Ontario will not need to throw their last shot and will win. They're on quite a string of wins here in the seeding pool. So again, thanks Dale, and good curling for everyone for the rest of the weekend.
You're welcome, Janet.
Thanks for watching live stream curling.
Go, we're up.
Brought to you by
That was pretty good.
curlingzone.com.
Great. Great job. Great job.
I think we were good. I think we were actually interested. I was interested with what I was saying. I'm like, were we actually interested? I think we provided some good insight.
Well, I do.
Thanks. Good game.
I do like when I'm doing it
Yeah.
to say other things, you know,
Yeah.
why they're doing it or what,
Yeah.
why, you know, from a skip perspective, trying to educate some of these people that are watching it, that the skips aren't totally out to lunch. But he did make some weird call.
Unorthodox? Creative? Creative, is that what I said?
Well, even Nikki, I still don't understand why wouldn't you try the tip? Really? What?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I know. You played it 2 ends ago. Why would you play it now?
Is that because when they were playing the tick earlier,
They didn't move enough
they're
rocks
just
around.
throwing
Well, they need to throw more weight.
back 8 weight or so, or T-line weight?
Yeah, I guess that's why.
So
I
just
mean,
play
more weight.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for helping out, because I would have been really boring by myself.
Well, I just think it's so much easier for two. That, you know, you don't want to talk to yourself, do you?
No.
Yeah. But you know, if you're sitting out in the snowbank, you're freezing. If you're sliding down the hill,
Randy
it's a good
Furby's
idea.
here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I don't know why, but
Oh, to do with that that senior thing they run, the Everest. It's this thing. They started it last year, so people in senior leagues, you get a ballot every month for however many games you play, and then 4 players get chosen from all of it at the end of the year, and they get to go to the Canadian seniors and play at. I know. I only know about it from an administrative perspective because I had to fill out all the paperwork last year.
okay. Never heard of it. I must have missed that. Somewhere along the line, eh?
I don't know who's on the evening game.
Well, if it's not you, you don't have to worry.
No, I put all the batteries back.
Oh, recharging? Oh, good.
I think it might be. No, I don't know if it's Danielle. Take our meds. Oh, turn off our mic.